In this next scene, we'll be introducing two more voices. Coming over, Patty and G. Woo! In the
Drew got to his feet and poured himself a glass of single malt. It was 2 p.m. back in his hotel room, and he had no idea when and how he returned. Since arriving at Don Acero, he had been getting drunk twice a day. The first served to cure the hangover incurred from the night before, allowing him some space for recovery in between, perpetuating a cycle of toxic indulgence. He found his phone on the table next to a bucket of melted ice. It still had some battery left. A new scuff on its grubby screen, pieces of last night's hazy 24 hours populated his camera roll, as did mementos from similarly unrecountable prior events. The latest stop on his self-imposed exile had continued to exceed expectations, making a strong case as an ideal place for retirement. The relatively unknown seaside roost was much bigger than he expected, with several watering holes by the beach and in the nearby inland town where he stayed. How the locale changed colors at dusk was something to be relished. Bedazzling his photos was a cast of characters in scenarios he couldn't remember clearly. Encounters with local bartenders and boat pilots, domestic and overseas travelers, new settlers, and random people who vaguely recognized him. The stars of the gallery were, of course, the ladies. There had been too many cases of someone claiming to be him on dating apps, illicitly gathering matches on his behalf. So, at the real Lakan Drew, determined that getting in on the action was the responsible thing to do.
People still swipe for you, bro.
dude, come on.
May asim pa pala to eh.
Like sinigang, pare. Now where was I?
Gundula reviewed his latest catch, nothing to regret so far, before proceeding to once again trawl Don Acero's abundant waters. He'd been on a roll at his table, the hottest game of roulette, the best he'd played in years. On the fourth day, an earlier hit, one of the prettier singles finally replied.
Are you really him?
Drew responded with one of his latest beachside postcards. After a lengthy chat awash with flirty emojis, she agreed to meet him at happy hour that day at an obscure bistro in the old town and see where it goes. The bistro was a quaint, somewhat shabby pub built over what may have once been a pre-war domicile elegantly lit, the aroma of pizza and pulutan wafting from its kitchen. Drew planned to arrive fashionably late, but apparently, so did she. After an hour and a half, he found himself at the tail end of a third cocktail, still unaccompanied while the other party had gone radio silent. Scrolling aimlessly for anything interesting nearby, Drew contemplated his next move after what seemed to be the end of a good run, when he felt a light tap on his shoulder.
It is you.
Caught off guard, Drew let out a low-pitched, stupid-sounding,
It is.
Sorry I'm late.
said the young lady. Let's call her Jane, with an H. She was a beautiful, youthful, but definitely above 18, thank the Lord.
You don't remember her name, do you?
Didn't mean to make you wait. I was really looking forward to this.
Jane apologized not just for her tardiness, but because she couldn't stay.
What happened?
An emergency.
It turns out that Jane's cousin was arriving from the city completely unannounced and in utter emotional stress in need of support. Not wanting to blow off Drew, she bade her cousin to meet him where they were.
Let me at least buy you a drink before she gets here.
Jane declined, as said cousin was nearby, and sure enough, The thing turned up as she mentioned. The cousin, let's call her Jenilyn, with an H, crashed in with a big hug, knocking the wind out of Jane.
I miss you, ate!
The even younger looking girl's eyes widened, catching the sight of her cousin's male companion.
F. me. Drew Lewis?
Whams.
How do you?
He's in town by himself. I was gonna show him around, but we're gonna have to reschedule.
How come?
Cause we gotta go.
Why?
I thought you needed the
I'm
time.
so hungry. Are you hungry?
I'm so sorry.
He can eat with us. You're not gonna send him away, are you?
A server pulled up a third chair without missing a beat. With the nearly aborted agenda somewhat back on the table, Drew looked downright triumphant.
Feeling really good about this bet.
We'll see.
The trio washed down a 4-cheese, family-sized with cider, lager, and soju as Jenilyn semi-coherently poured over her full-spectrum ordeal of work, parental issues, boy and friend trouble, and a plethora of existential crises. That's when she wasn't grilling Drew about his quasi-celebrity life. Questions he didn't mind entertaining, leveraging every opening to impress and improve his in-person profile, all while making beautiful eyes at them both. He gave no shits about how obvious he was, so as long as they were drawn in by his stories and laughed at his lame jokes. At this point, what would have been a total downer of an evening had turned on its head, and now presented more exciting possibilities.
Where's the club you told me about, cuz? Can we go?
What are you still doing here? Hey, hey, hey. Get it? Yeah, we still on about getting caught up in ways no one ever thought of. Too often lost and broken for days. Going in the shop like someone tripped the circuit breaker. Your brain just stops to function. Smoke and flame, signal eternal combustion. Then some fucking opportunists use this as the propellant. I'm sick of these ruthless slithery movements, thinking it cute, but in truth, what it only proves that they nothing but serpent worship and vermin working the night shift. Delighted over another's plight. There's no such thing as the perfect life, just perfect systems. You reap what you sow, and anything goes, energy preservation and flow. Cybernetics, read up if you don't know. That's due diligence, so be so wolf tickets by unscrupulous folks. Slanging these products and services we avail of and purchase. Hey, are these goods any good or only good for the merchants? Let the buyer beware, but let the liars be flayed. Wanna carve your fate, better sharpen your blade. If you want it, then come get it.
And that was part 2 of
A0
A0 Scouts. Thank you, Janet and
Patty.
Come up with the ground of applause.
Side, but generally that's how it's supposed to go. You either like some people they just like would dove straight into to reading the thing without touching the music first, and some people of course haven't even read the thing and they just like listen to the music. We thank people for that because most of the tracks aren't going to be streamed, or they're not going to be streamed all together, etc., etc. So it's an exclusive experience for people who follow this story. It's also something that we kind of want to do with other stories. But yeah, I think what sort of sets up the appearance, like we haven't seen any Power Rangers yet, where there's Aero Scouts, but that's what's supposed to be. It's hindi naman tayo direkta dun sa
Exactly.
sa main event.
I have a burning question.
Yes.
Since this is a Sentai, will there be powerful robots?
You know what? Very hard. But maybe not in the way that you think. And also, it was a request from you. This thing has to have Zords. One way or
Of
another.
course, I grew up watching Power Rangers.
Right.
So back,
There is no Sentai series without
The
these
Zords,
giant
the
robots.
weapons, the
Zords in
explosions.
La Union, and then
Yeah. It's amazing. And I know you're gonna perform one of these songs for us today as well?
Pretty much. Are you talking to me or talking to Ross?
Both.
Yes.